Hi everyone! I've had a lot of questions from people wondering when is the best time to harvest butternut squash. I mean, some people have shared with me that they've harvested it too soon, then it's not ripe, or they've waited too late and unfortunately the butternut squash has split and it's not much good for eating. Well, I'm really excited because I actually have some ready to harvest today. So why don't you come along with me and we'll share a few tips along the way. Well, I've got one right now that I waited too long to harvest and it's splitting. So it's over here on my trellis where I'm growing my butternut squash. And I really should have harvested it a few weeks ago. And look here. Has that ever happened to you guys? Yeah, I'm kind of bummed, but thankfully I have some other ones to harvest too. I'm actually going to go ahead and take this one off now. Won't be any good for eating because probably some, there we go, some, I don't know, could be some bugs in there, or bacteria might have gotten in. So I'm going to put this one in the compost pile. Well, thankfully I have lots of other ones that are ready to harvest today. And the first thing to look for when you're harvesting is the color of the squash. Now you can see here, this one is a nice, beautiful tan color. And the one behind it still is pretty green. So this one here is not ready to harvest. And this one here, nice and tan, ready to harvest. Now the second thing that I look for is the stem. You can see the stem is brown. It's starting to dry up and kind of shrivel a little bit compared to the squash next to it. The stem is still green and it's not shriveled up. Definitely not ready yet. Now the third thing that I like to look for is if you can pierce the skin with your fingernail or not. And let me tell you why that's important. Butternut squash are winter squash, and the hard rind or the hard skin is really what helps them preserve over a long period of time. So winter squash doesn't mean you grow it in the winter time. It just means that you harvest it later in the season and it will last all winter long. So let me just demonstrate here what I mean. The one that's not ready can be pretty easily pierced here with my fingernail. And the one that is ready, it has a very hard skin. I can push hard. You can still pierce it a little bit, but it's definitely much harder of a rind than the one that's not ripe. So we're going to take this one off. Got my nice sharp pruners here. You definitely need a nice sharp pair of pruners. Scissors just don't really do the job on butternut squash. And I'm just going to take my pruners here and just cut that stem. Comes right off. And this is really a nice size squash. Now you can put this on your counter. It will usually last for about 6 months. If you put it in a cool, dark place, if you have a root cellar or a basement, well, usually it can even last for about a year. So these are absolutely delicious. We love roasting them whole. They'll go in the crock pot real easily, cook up in the oven, and they're just super, super yummy. But I do have some other ones ready to harvest. So I'm gonna take these babies off. And we are good to go. This is a little bit smaller one. Let's see if this one's ready yet. It is a nice tan color. The skin looks kind of shriveled. And let's see, I think it's ready. The stem looks shriveled, that is. Skin's hard to pierce with your fingernail. We'll clip this one off. It's a little bit of a smaller one, but that's okay. And let's see if this one's ready yet. Now I think I'm actually going to leave this one on a little bit longer, and I'll tell you why. We've got a nice shriveled skin, or shriveled stem, nice and tan skin, but I've got some green stripes right here. So that's a sign too that you could wait a little bit longer till those stripes aren't there anymore. So this one I'm going to wait. Got some green striping here, going to wait on that. But looks like I've got a couple more down here at the bottom. Now this one looks very, very nice. It's got all the good signs of a butternut squash that's ready to harvest. I love these little ones because you can even put them like on the countertop for decorations for fall. Okay, this one back here. Oh, guys, look, we got another split skin, unfortunately. And this one looks like it's got bugs and stuff inside, so this one will definitely, I can either save the seeds from this and then put it in the compost pile, but we won't be eating this one either. Ooh, this one's looking good. Man, there's more in here than I thought. This is exciting. Very nice. I love that one. And oh, there's a nice big one back here. So much fun to grow butternut squash on a trellis. I mean, it just grows over the top here. And this vine, look at this vine. It's like trailing way down here. And there's even a couple of little baby butternuts, if you guys can see this, that are just starting to come on. So this is pretty exciting. We've had a lot of warm fall weather. Now this one I'm not sure if it will develop because see how it's kind of shriveling up. So maybe it didn't get pollinated properly, but there's some other baby butternuts coming on, which means we'll have butternut squash well into the fall. So this one's looking pretty good. A little bit of green striping here, but it's a nice size. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this one. Wow, this one's a really, really pretty size. I love this. I think we're gonna have to cook some of these up today. Well, I'm really excited about my butternut squash harvest today. Let me just check around the front here to make sure I don't have any more. I think we're good. Got some more babies coming on here. These ones definitely not ripe. So I'm just gonna let these grow, continue to let them ripen. And wow, pretty exciting here. Really nice harvest today of butternut squash. Can't wait to cook these up. These are so yummy. So simple to cook and really excited about this harvest today. Well, I hope you found these tips helpful. Remember, when you harvest your butternut squash, make sure you look for a nice hard rind, nice tan-colored skin, and a wrinkled, dried-up stem. Comment below, let me know if you're harvesting any butternut squash in your garden and how you like to cook it. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video.